Ford has made a decision that's set to shake the US market to its core. From skyrocketing production costs to fierce competition, Ford is facing challenges that are forcing it to rethink everything. With growing investments in international markets, this move could redefine the brand's legacy and its relationship with American customers. Why is Ford making this bold move? Could this mean higher prices or fewer jobs in the US? And how will this affect you? What's happening? Ford Motor Company, a cornerstone of American industry, is stirring controversy with talk of scaling back US manufacturing. Recent challenges, including the crippling United Auto Workers strikes, soaring production costs, and global supply chain disruptions, have left the company reassessing its operations. CEO Jim Farley has hinted at a bold strategy that might involve expanding production in Mexico, a move that's already drawing sharp reactions. Ford's production of models like the Ford Maverick and electric Mustang Mach-E in Mexican plants is nothing new, but rumors of increased reliance on international facilities signal a deeper shift. This could mean fewer jobs for American workers and a challenge to Ford's reputation as a symbol of American manufacturing. But what's the reason behind this move? Well, there are three main root causes for this bold decision, so let me break it down for you. Rising raw material costs. Ford, like many automakers, is grappling with the reality of rising raw material costs. Steel, aluminum, and semiconductors, essential components for vehicle production, have seen unprecedented price hikes in recent years. These increases have strained Ford's manufacturing budgets, making it difficult to maintain profitability while keeping vehicle prices competitive. The global nature of supply chain disruptions only compounds these issues. Delays in shipping and the limited availability of parts have forced Ford to pause production lines, leaving factories idle and customers waiting longer for their vehicles. In comparison, competitors like General Motors and Toyota have weathered these disruptions more effectively. With diversified supply chains and larger global networks, they've been better equipped to adapt to the challenges, leaving Ford struggling to keep up. For Ford, this isn't just an operational challenge, it's a threat to their market position. To counteract these pressures, Ford is exploring alternatives like relocating production to regions with lower material and labor costs, aiming to regain its competitive edge. Labor disputes and their impact. The recent United Auto Workers strikes have thrown another wrench into Ford's operations. Workers are demanding better wages, improved benefits, and stronger job security, while Ford is under immense pressure to keep costs down in an already challenging market. These strikes have caused significant production delays and financial losses, forcing Ford to confront a difficult question: how can it balance labor demands with the need for profitability? In 2023 alone, the strikes cost Ford millions in lost revenue, with production halted at key facilities. Unlike Tesla, which operates non-union plants, or General Motors, which has historically negotiated quicker resolutions, Ford has been slow to find middle ground. This delay further exacerbates the company's struggles, leaving it vulnerable to competition. By considering a shift to Mexico, where labor costs are significantly lower, Ford can sidestep some of these labor-related challenges, but the move risks alienating its American workforce and sparking public backlash. Why Mexico makes sense. Mexico has emerged as a cost-effective haven for automotive manufacturing, offering a blend of lower labor costs and proximity to the US market. For Ford, the numbers are hard to ignore. Labor costs in Mexico are a fraction of those in the US, allowing Ford to maintain competitive pricing while preserving profit margins. Additionally, Mexico's manufacturing infrastructure, which already supports models like the Ford Maverick and the electric Mustang Mach-E, is well suited for expansion. Competitors like General Motors and Tesla have already embraced international production as a cost-saving measure. General Motors manufactures vehicles like the Chevrolet Silverado in Mexico, while Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory has been instrumental in reducing production costs. By following a similar path, Ford aims to level the playing field. However, critics argue that this move prioritizes short-term gains over long-term brand loyalty, especially among American consumers who value domestically produced vehicles. Corporate strategy. At the heart of Ford's decision-making lies a corporate strategy increasingly focused on profit margins and shareholder value. The automotive industry is undergoing a seismic shift, with traditional automakers racing to keep pace with electric vehicle startups and tech-driven competitors. For Ford, the stakes couldn't be higher. Its leadership recognizes that maintaining profitability in a volatile market requires bold moves, even if they challenge traditional notions of what it means to be an American automaker. By shifting more production abroad, Ford is betting on global markets where cheaper manufacturing options allow for greater flexibility. This approach isn't without precedent. In recent years, Ford has expanded its presence in emerging markets, launching models tailored to local preferences. These moves reflect a broader strategy of diversifying revenue streams while mitigating the risks associated with relying too heavily on U.S. manufacturing. However, this strategy isn't without its risks. Public perception plays a significant role in shaping consumer behavior, and any move perceived as outsourcing American jobs could damage Ford's reputation. Balancing cost-saving measures with the need to maintain its identity as a symbol of American industry will be one of Ford's greatest challenges in the years ahead. But is this bold strategy enough to secure Ford's future? With economic pressures mounting and a global industry shifting faster than ever, Ford's move sparks deeper questions about its ability to adapt. So let's talk about the intricate advantages Ford gains by going global and how this decision reshapes its financial and competitive outlook. Cost advantages of international production. One of the most compelling reasons for Ford to consider a move away from US-based manufacturing is the undeniable cost savings associated with international production. Building vehicles in countries like Mexico offers access to significantly lower labor costs, reduced regulatory burdens, and favorable trade agreements. These cost advantages can make a substantial difference in the automotive industry, where thin profit margins often dictate strategic decisions. In the United States, labor costs, including wages and benefits, are among the highest in the world. Unionized workers in the automotive sector, represented by the United Auto Workers, earn an average of $32 per hour, while non-union workers in Mexico make a fraction of that amount, approximately $5 to $6 per hour. This stark disparity allows Ford to reduce production costs by millions of dollars annually when operating in Mexico. With rising competition from automakers offering competitively priced vehicles, these savings can be reinvested in other areas such as research and development or electric vehicle initiatives, giving Ford a stronger foothold in the market. Beyond labor costs, international production reduces the financial burden associated with strict regulatory requirements in the United States. Environmental and safety standards in the US, while essential for protecting workers and consumers, often increase production costs. Mexico's regulatory framework, though evolving, is less stringent, providing automakers like Ford with greater flexibility and lower overhead. This combination of reduced labor costs and regulatory burdens creates a powerful incentive for Ford to expand its manufacturing footprint abroad. Trade agreements further enhance these advantages. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement ensures that vehicles produced in Mexico can be imported into the US with minimal tariffs, making it financially feasible for Ford to build vehicles in Mexico while still serving its American customer base. These benefits collectively create a strong case for shifting production, particularly for models like the Ford Maverick and Mustang Mach-E, which are already manufactured in Mexico. Improved profit margins and shareholder value. Ford's decision to consider international production is not only driven by immediate cost savings, but also by the potential to improve profit margins and deliver greater value to shareholders. In an industry where competition is fierce and innovation requires significant investment, maintaining healthy profit margins is crucial for long-term success. Shifting production to countries with lower operational costs allows Ford to allocate more resources towards strategic priorities, such as electrification and advanced driver assistance technologies. Profit margins have become a key focus for Ford in recent years, as the company seeks to remain competitive in a rapidly evolving market. Electric vehicle startups like Tesla have demonstrated the importance of efficiency and scalability, pressuring legacy automakers to rethink their operations. By reducing production costs through international manufacturing, Ford can improve its margins while keeping vehicle prices competitive. This is particularly important as the company ramps up its electric vehicle offerings, which require significant upfront investment but promise higher profitability in the long run. From a shareholder perspective, these moves are seen as necessary to sustain growth and enhance market valuation. Ford's stock performance, like that of many traditional automakers, has faced challenges as investors increasingly prioritize companies with innovative technologies and strong profitability metrics. Demonstrating a commitment to efficiency and cost control through strategic production shifts sends a clear message to investors that Ford is focused on adapting to market demands and securing its financial future. Strategic positioning in global markets. Moving production outside the United States isn't just about reducing costs, it's also a strategic decision to position Ford as a global powerhouse. The automotive industry is increasingly driven by global demand, with emerging markets such as Latin America, Asia, and Africa playing a critical role in shaping the future of mobility. By expanding its manufacturing footprint in regions like Mexico, Ford can better serve these growing markets while strengthening its international presence. Mexico, for example, serves as an ideal production hub due to its proximity to both the US and Latin American markets. This geographic advantage allows Ford to efficiently distribute vehicles across multiple regions without incurring significant logistical expenses. Additionally, Mexico's established automotive manufacturing ecosystem, which includes skilled labor and a robust supplier network, supports efficient and high-quality production. Emerging markets represent a significant growth opportunity for Ford. Countries like Brazil, India, and South Africa are experiencing a surge in vehicle demand as rising incomes and urbanization drive car ownership. By leveraging international production, Ford can develop and manufacture vehicles tailored to the specific needs and preferences of these markets. Compact, affordable models like the Ford Maverick and IMV Zero could resonate strongly with buyers in these regions, providing Ford with a competitive edge. Electrification and the global shift toward EVs. The automotive industry is undergoing a transformative shift toward electrification, and Ford is determined to play a leading role in this transition. However, developing and manufacturing electric vehicles comes with its own set of challenges, including higher production costs and the need for advanced infrastructure. International production offers a pathway for Ford to overcome these obstacles while staying competitive in the growing EV market. Producing EVs in countries like Mexico allows Ford to leverage lower costs while investing in the technologies and infrastructure needed for electrification. For example, the Mustang Mach-E, one of Ford's flagship EV models, is already being manufactured in Mexico. This decision not only reduces production expenses, but also positions Ford to meet the increasing demand for affordable EVs in the US and beyond. Global demand for EVs is expected to soar in the coming decades, driven by stricter emissions regulations and growing consumer interest in sustainable mobility solutions. To capitalize on this trend, Ford is prioritizing the development of electric and hybrid models across its lineup. By shifting production to cost-effective regions, the company can accelerate its EV strategy without compromising on profitability. In addition to cost savings, international production supports Ford's efforts to localize EV manufacturing in key markets. Countries like China and Europe, which have established themselves as leaders in EV adoption, offer significant opportunities for growth. By producing EVs closer to these markets, Ford can reduce shipping costs, shorten delivery times, and respond more effectively to local demand. This approach enhances Ford's competitiveness in the global EV race while reinforcing its commitment to sustainability. Balancing innovation with cost management, Ford's move to shift production abroad is ultimately a balancing act between innovation and cost management. As the company invests heavily in cutting-edge technologies such as autonomous driving systems and connected vehicle platforms, it must also ensure that its core business remains financially sustainable. International production provides the flexibility Ford needs to pursue these dual objectives without overburdening its operations. Innovation is at the heart of Ford's strategy to differentiate itself in a crowded market. The company has announced ambitious plans to electrify its lineup, introduce advanced driver assistance features, and enhance vehicle connectivity. These initiatives require substantial investment, making cost-saving measures like international production essential for funding innovation. At the same time, Ford recognizes the importance of maintaining quality and reliability, particularly as it navigates the complexities of global manufacturing. The company's use of standardized platforms and processes ensures consistency across production sites, whether in the US, Mexico, or elsewhere. By maintaining rigorous quality control measures, Ford can deliver vehicles that meet the high expectations of its customers while benefiting from the efficiencies of international production. Reputation at stake. Ford's decision to move manufacturing abroad raises significant concerns about its brand reputation. As an iconic American automaker, Ford has built a legacy that many consumers tie to national pride and homegrown manufacturing. By shifting operations to countries like Mexico or other low-cost regions, Ford risks alienating its loyal customer base. Many American buyers view purchasing a Ford vehicle as supporting domestic jobs and the U.S. economy. This sense of connection is not easily transferred when the vehicles are manufactured overseas. overseas. While the company insists that its move is necessary to remain competitive, the optics of prioritizing profits over patriotism may tarnish its brand image. The backlash isn't confined to consumers. Politicians and labor unions have also been vocal about the potential negative impact on American jobs. The United Auto Workers Union, in particular, has criticized Ford's plans, emphasizing the long-term harm it could cause to the domestic auto industry. If Ford doesn't navigate this carefully, it could face a public relations crisis that overshadows its strategic goals. Logistical complexities. While moving production abroad may reduce costs, it introduces new logistical challenges. Transporting vehicles from international plants to the US market involves additional time, coordination, and expenses. Delays at ports, customs regulations, and shipping costs can erode the financial advantages of cheaper manufacturing. Furthermore, maintaining quality control across multiple international facilities adds complexity. Ford has already faced scrutiny over product recalls and quality issues in recent years. Expanding manufacturing to regions where labor practices, standards, and regulations differ could exacerbate these concerns. Ensuring consistent quality across all markets will require significant investment in oversight and training, further reducing potential savings. Additionally, Ford's supply chain must adapt to support a global manufacturing model. Securing parts and raw materials for production in different countries presents its own set of challenges. Political instability, natural disasters, or trade restrictions could disrupt supply lines, potentially leading to costly production delays. Impact on domestic workforce. Ford's move away from US-based manufacturing could have severe consequences for its domestic workforce. Thousands of jobs, ranging from assembly line workers to plant managers, are at risk if facilities close or reduce operations. This isn't just a blow to individual employees, but also to entire communities that depend on Ford's presence for economic stability. The ripple effect extends beyond direct employees. Suppliers, contractors, and local businesses that rely on Ford's operations would also face significant losses. For towns where Ford plants are major employers, the economic and social fallout could be devastating. To counter these effects, Ford may offer severance packages or re-employment assistance, but such measures are often temporary solutions. The long-term impact on the domestic workforce will likely remain a contentious issue, further fueling criticism of Ford's decision. Competitor responses. Ford's decision to move manufacturing overseas won't occur in a vacuum. Competitors like General Motors and Tesla are closely monitoring this shift, and their responses could reshape the market. General Motors has already established significant operations in Mexico and other countries, leveraging lower production costs to stay competitive. Tesla, meanwhile, focuses heavily on automation and domestic production, maintaining a strong US-based workforce while cutting costs through innovation. If Ford's move abroad is perceived as compromising quality or alienating its customer base, competitors could capitalize on this weakness by reinforcing their commitment to American manufacturing or emphasizing superior product quality. The global market is also evolving rapidly, with automakers in Asia and Europe gaining ground. Companies like Hyundai and Volkswagen have successfully integrated global manufacturing strategies while maintaining consumer trust. If Ford's transition doesn't go smoothly, these competitors could further erode its market share, especially in key segments like trucks and electric vehicles. Economic and political risks. Relocating production abroad isn't without economic and political risks. Trade policies, tariffs, and changing regulations can quickly alter the cost dynamics of international manufacturing. For example, if the US imposes stricter tariffs on imported vehicles or components, Ford could find itself paying more to bring its products to market. Political instability in manufacturing hubs like Mexico or other emerging markets adds another layer of uncertainty. Labor strikes, changes in government leadership, or shifts in trade agreements could disrupt production, causing delays and increased costs. Additionally, Ford must contend with fluctuating exchange rates, which can impact profitability. Manufacturing savings achieved in one currency may diminish when converted to another, particularly in volatile economic environments. Environmental and sustainability concerns. As global attention shifts towards sustainability, Ford's decision to move operations abroad could also face environmental scrutiny. Shipping vehicles across long distances generates additional emissions, potentially offsetting any gains from more efficient production processes. Consumers and advocacy groups may question how this aligns with Ford's stated commitments to sustainability. Ford will need to invest in green technologies and carbon offset initiatives to counter these criticisms. While such measures may help maintain its environmental credibility, they also add add to the overall cost of transitioning to international manufacturing. Ultimately, Ford's move abroad is a calculated gamble. The company is betting that the cost savings and global opportunities will outweigh the risks and challenges. However, the success of this strategy hinges on its execution. Ford must maintain product quality, manage logistics effectively, and address the concerns of its domestic workforce and customer base. While moving manufacturing abroad offers clear financial benefits, it also comes with significant risks that could undermine Ford's long-term goals. The question remains, can Ford navigate these challenges without losing its identity as an iconic American brand? Or will this bold strategy backfire, leaving competitors to fill the void it leaves behind? Global expansion strategy. Ford's decision to move a significant portion of its manufacturing operations overseas is not just a reaction to economic pressures, but part of a broader vision for global expansion. The automaker is targeting emerging markets where growth potential remains high, aiming to capture new audiences and cement its presence in regions like Southeast Asia, South America, and Africa. In countries where vehicle ownership is on the rise, Ford sees an opportunity to position itself as a leader in affordable, reliable transportation. This is especially true in markets that value smaller, cost-effective vehicles, such as compact trucks and sedans. By establishing manufacturing hubs closer to these regions, Ford aims to reduce costs and improve supply chain efficiency, ensuring quicker delivery and better market penetration. However, this strategy is not without risks. Competing with entrenched brands in these regions, such as Hyundai and Suzuki in Asia or Volkswagen in South America, will require Ford to tailor its offerings carefully. Vehicles must meet the unique needs of local consumers, including durability, affordability, and fuel efficiency, all while adhering to regional regulations. Investment in electric vehicles. Ford's move abroad also aligns with its increased focus on electric vehicles, a sector that promises long-term growth but comes with high upfront costs. To remain competitive in the EV space, Ford is directing significant resources toward developing electric models for both global and US markets. Countries like China, the largest EV market in the world, offer massive potential for Ford's EV lineup. By manufacturing electric vehicles locally, Ford can tap into government subsidies and incentives while reducing costs associated with exporting EVs from the United States. Domestically, Ford is doubling down on its EV infrastructure, including expanding its charging network and offering competitive financing options for electric models like the Mustang Mach-E and the all-electric F-150 Lightning. The company is betting big on a future where EVs dominate the roads, hoping its global strategy will strengthen its position as an innovator in sustainable transportation. Commitment to innovation. While critics focus on Ford's shift away from the US, the company argues that this move will free up resources to invest in innovation. Automation, artificial intelligence, and advanced materials are at the forefront of Ford's vision for the future. By embracing these technologies, Ford hopes to enhance vehicle safety, improve fuel efficiency, and redefine the driving experience. For instance, Ford is exploring self-driving technology and connectivity features that integrate vehicles with smart cities and Internet of Things devices. Such advancements aim to position Ford as a leader in next-generation mobility solutions. The company also plans to expand its hybrid and plug-in hybrid options, appealing to consumers who aren't ready to make the full transition to electric vehicles. This balanced approach ensures Ford remains relevant across various market segments while addressing diverse consumer needs. Balancing legacy and innovation. One of Ford's biggest challenges is balancing its legacy as an iconic American automaker with its ambitions for global expansion and modernization. The Ford F-Series trucks, deeply rooted in US culture, symbolize strength and reliability. Moving production of such iconic models abroad could erode their symbolic value, especially among loyal domestic customers. To mitigate this, Ford has committed to keeping the production of its best-selling models, like the F-150, in the US, while focusing international operations on smaller, less profitable vehicles. This strategy allows Ford to maintain its foothold in the US market while exploring growth opportunities abroad. Ford must also communicate effectively with its customer base. Transparency about its plans and reassurance regarding product quality and job creation will be essential in maintaining trust. By emphasizing how these changes benefit consumers through lower prices, improved technology, or expanded model options, Ford can turn skepticism into support. Adapting to consumer expectations. Today's consumers demand more than just functional vehicles. Sustainability, affordability, and cutting-edge technology are becoming non-negotiables for many buyers. Ford's strategy to expand its EV lineup, implement greener manufacturing processes, and leverage technology aims to meet these evolving expectations. For example, Ford's recent push for carbon-neutral factories demonstrates its commitment to sustainability. The company plans to use renewable energy sources and reduce waste at its international plants, aligning with the values of environmentally conscious consumers. By listening to its customers and anticipating future trends, Ford aims to remain a leader in the global automotive industry. The company's ability to adapt quickly will determine its success in the coming years. The road ahead. Ford's move abroad marks a turning point in its history. The decision reflects both the challenges and opportunities of the modern automotive industry. As the company navigates these changes, its focus remains on delivering innovative, high-quality vehicles while staying true to its core values of durability and reliability. However, the path forward is far from straightforward. From maintaining its reputation as an American icon to competing in diverse international markets, Ford faces a delicate balancing act. Whether this bold strategy will pay off remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Ford's actions will shape the future of the automotive industry for years to come. The shift we're witnessing with Ford's strategy is nothing short of monumental. It raises questions about the future of the automotive industry, the role of global manufacturing, and how consumers will adapt to these changes. What do you think? Is Ford making the right move by expanding its operations abroad, or do you believe this decision could backfire? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.